Aló, aquí estoy. Hola.
Hello, how are you? Are you good?
I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for accepting our invitation for this interview.
Yeah. I'm sorry for the late. I had a few issues to connect, but
No
everything
worries.
should be fine now. Can you see me or?
I
Okay.
can right now. I can right now.
Oh, okay. 1 second because no, I have 1% battery. So
No worries. I can wait you.
you need the video or are we doing this only audio?
If you don't mind, I would like to do it with video.
Okay, I'm just gonna try to find a way to put my phone because I'm charging it at the same time. So, yeah,
Yeah.
does that work for you?
Yeah, it works.
Cool.
Perfect. Are you still Dubai or home?
No, actually, I'm back in my family place. So I'm back in France in Normandy.
Oh, okay.
Since now I think 2 3 weeks, and yeah, I go to Italy tomorrow to start to work with the guys back at the factory before the season starts.
Sure. Okay, thank you for accepting our invitation. You are such a great star from Formula One, so it's an honor. I mean, I cannot believe it, but never mind. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, so the interview we're gonna record it, and then I think tomorrow we're gonna put on air it. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm gonna say hi to you and all the kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, bueno, estamos acá con Pierre Gasly, corredor de la Fórmula Uno Toro Rosso, ahora llamado Alfa Tauri. Pierre, it's an honor to have you. Thank you for being here with us in W Radio Colombia.
Thank you.
Pierre, I think but first I would like to ask you about, this time, these hard times. How do you find yourself for this beginning of the season, and how many, how the virtual races has helped you, and how have you lived that this situation?
Well, I must say it has been quite challenging and quite difficult, especially when we were in Australia. Because you get ready mentally, physically for the start of the season, and then a couple hours before the season starts, FP1 there, everything got cancelled, and from there on, basically we had no answers at all about the future. So of course there was a massive problem, a lot bigger problem than just Formula One related. Um, and then yeah, during the lockdown period, I think was a pretty tough time. I guess like everybody. I think in my case, I was pretty lucky because all my family was safe. Everybody was healthy around me. Even myself, I stayed in good condition for the whole time, and I think that's the already good enough. And then yeah, I try to prepare myself physically for the start of the season, and then this is happening now the 5th of July. So yeah, I'm really excited, really excited about it.
Awesome. So, we're just I think 3 weeks before the beginning of the season, and this season is going to be shorter. A lot of races are canceled right now. So what can be changed about the regular season to this season? Like it's short. What kind of racer can be the better, or what car could be the best? What is your opinion about this shorter season?
I don't think it will change massively the order or the whole championship. At the moment, we have 8 races planned till Monza, which is beginning of September. Um, I will guess, I will imagine F1 will manage to put 15 to 18 races before the end of the year, which is almost like a regular season minus 3 4 races. And then like since end of March, all the teams didn't were not allowed to work. So the cars are more or less the same as they were 2 3 months ago. So I think the classification, we know Mercedes is really fast, Ferrari is really fast, Red Bull as well. I think this hasn't changed. And then in the midfield, it's a bit closer as it is all the time. I hope our car will be fast, but we haven't even raced once this year. So that's why it's difficult to put any results expectations so far. So I think first I want to wait 2-3 races, and then see what we can fight for. But on my side, yeah, I'm feeling ready for this championship, and yeah, I'm feeling ready to go and start the season.
Pierre, let's keep talking about this season because I'm really interested about it. Uh, do you think that this season, which is like I said, like shorter or like a little bit, like not common season, uh,
Yeah,
you think it should have the same value or the same? What I want to ask you is if you think that this season uh, it should have a winner. You know what I mean? Like the same value.
yeah,
You think it would have?
yeah. Obviously, I see what you mean, but in my opinion, yeah, I think at the end of the day, races are races. Even if you have 20 races, it's still as it's always difficult. So no, in my opinion, the guy that will win the championship will have the same value for sure. It's a bit different championship. I think in every sport right now, it's kind of different. Even football has had a massive stop in their championships. Some championships have stopped even earlier than it was planned. I think every sport is impacted, but you just need to adapt yourself to this situation. And like this pandemic, I think no one could have ever expected this to happen right now. And then yeah, we just need to all reset a bit the way we were doing things, and adapt ourselves to the current conditions.
Pierre, I want to talk about one of the toughest moments you had in the last season. You know when you just were kind of fired, but not fired, but
Yeah.
when you were just decreased when you were in Red Bull and then you were in Toro Rosso now Alpha Tauri. How was it for you? I mean, because we saw we watched the Netflix series and all that kind of stuff, and you were like a little bit disappointed, not a little bit, but disappointed. Um, but do you think about just retiring from Red Bull? How do you take that? How was that toughest moment? But then you won it. Oh, no, won it. You get a podium in Brazil. So how was that situation?
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, as I'm really competitive person, and everything I do is I do it to win and to be the best. And obviously, my situation in Red Bull was really difficult for myself because we were not really maximizing the potential we had. So we had way more to show, but for some reasons that I don't want to go public, because I don't think that's professional. I don't think that will be professional from my side. But we had quite many issues that I try to improve, or like try to improve our situation, because for sure we had to do better, a lot better result than we had. And I wasn't happy, the team wasn't happy. And then yeah, many things happen. I can't say whole, but yeah, it was pretty difficult time and challenging, and yeah, quite tough obviously when they took their decision during the summer break. At that time the team told me already all the months of July that I will stay until the end of the year, and they will make changes, and they will make things better for myself. And then in the end it wasn't really what they had said. So yeah, obviously I was disappointed, but then that's part of the sport. In F1 things are moving really fast. I think we just saw it with Carlos. Carlos signed with Ferrari, and actually, yeah, 2 years ago we were together fighting for the Red Bull seat. So he didn't get it, but then 2 years later he's in Ferrari. So things are moving really fast, and yeah, as you said, I moved back to Toro Rosso. I knew there I will get all my chances to perform, and to deliver the best of myself. So I just try to really focus on performing at my highest level, and I think we had some really good races, and obviously we had my first podium in F1 in Brazil when I finished second in front of Lewis, and yeah, this was a really special race weekend.
Yeah, sure. Pierre, this is the one of the youngest generations who are really fast. You know, like there is George Russell, there is you, there is even Max Verstappen, a lot of you. Uh, so, what do you think about this generation and why it is it so fast and what is why this new generations are getting better and better? Why is it?
Well, I believe because we start even earlier than before. I think, let's say 15 years ago, maybe F1 drivers will make it to Formula One um, only around 25, 26, or 27 years old. But I think now in every sport, even if you look at football, I take football as an example because I'm a big football fan. But you see players coming at 16, 17, 18, and yeah, already at 20 years old, they're already like big superstars. And I think in every sport is the case, tennis as well, basketball. But also in F1, I think I started karting when I was 6, and I moved to Formula cars when I was first time I tried. I was 14, and then I started competition at 15 years old. And yeah, I just think now with all the simulators, we have way better facilities to prepare ourselves to the top level compared to couple years ago. So I guess that's one of the reason. And then also what you say like about George, Charles, Max, all these generations, we actually all grew up together. I raced with these guys, with Carlos, with Daniel, when I was 13 years old, 14 years old. And I think we kind of pushed, all of us, we pushed each other to reach a better level or improve ourselves, which, yeah, ultimately helped us at the end of the day to achieve our goal, which was to make it to Formula One.
Yeah. There's another thing I would like to ask you is about French racers. There is you, there is Esteban Ocon, there was Romain Grosjean, but there was only one who wanted the Formula One championship. It was Alain Prost, of course. So, what do you think about the French, the Formula One staff, and how can you, the new generation, can win it?
Um, yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, Alan was, I would say, like, yeah, the biggest French driver in all history, for France. And yeah, I think now it's been way too many years since we have had a French winning a championship or even winning a race. Because last time a French driver won a race was the year I was born, actually in '96, when Panis won in Monaco. And now I think now I'm doing everything possible in my hands to change this. And obviously my goal is to win. Now that I've finished. I've done my first podium last year. Of course, the next target is to win a race, and then after win a championship. But yeah, F1 is a sport where you need to be in the right place at the right time as well. It's probably a team sport more than what it looks like on TV, because on TV you just see the driver in the car and you think that the driver makes most of the difference. For sure, after the start, we are the only one in control of the car, and we make the difference. But the overall performance is made with the car, the team, and the driver. And that's why to win a title, you need to be in the right car with the right team and at the right moment as well. So, but yeah, hopefully we'll see a French driver winning a championship very soon, and that's my target.
Pierre, what's the goal? What's the aim for the Alpha Tauri for this season?
For this year, so last year, Toro Rosso had the best season ever in Formula One. And then we finished 6th in the team championship. So obviously we want to do better, and the target will be to be at least 5 and finish 5th in the team championship.
And the last one, I have to ask you because I like a lot the Netflix series. about Formula One. So, what do you think about it? And I would like to ask you about. I know you have a little bit of a lot of microphones, like in your own conversation. So, how to deal with this? You're concentrate, you're focused on your race, you're focused on your career, but there is one guy, the producer. I don't know who he is, but who's still behind you. Or give you an interview or something like that. How's to deal with the Netflix staff? You joke a lot and which of course is your professional thing.
Yeah, I think the Netflix series was, I think for the sport is amazing, because it shows a side of the sport that we don't really see on TV during the races. Shows a lot more inside, probably a lot more about the personalities of the drivers, and who we are exactly. Because when we have our helmet and we race on track, we are completely different than the normal people we can be when we are outside the track. And I think this is the positive side of it. On the series, obviously, I like the last episode, um, which kind of remind me some great memory. But then, yeah, it's the same. It's a series, and there are things we don't talk about. There were many things I would have liked to be talked about, especially for during the season, and a bit all the thing that happened on my side. But at the end of the day, it's not a series about myself. It's a series about Formula One and all the drivers. So we all need to get our screen time, and um, I think generally we kind of understand more or less the situation I was in, and that's the most important. But no, I think Netflix is doing an amazing job, and I heard a lot of positive feedback. So I hope all the guys that watched it enjoyed it as well. And then how to deal with it, I'm on my side, I'm just natural, and I accept the fact that some people like you, some others don't like you for whatever reasons. I don't know why. I don't even know why sometimes. But then I'm just myself, and people take me as I am. I'm not gonna try to pretend I'm someone else, because I don't have time and energy for that. And then I just try to stay natural. And then of course you have cameras around you, and sometimes it can look a bit impressive, or feels like you are oppressed a little bit. But then it's not something that I have my target. I know what I need to do. I want to be competitive. I want to be fast on track, and then the cameras are around. But I just try to almost not pay attention to that and just do my own thing. Yeah.
Pierre, it has been a pleasure. I don't want to steal you more time.
No
Thank
worries.
you, thank you very much for being here with us.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
uh can we just I'm gonna take like a screenshot and kind of picture if you don't mind.
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
So let's smile. Thank you, Pierre. uh
Yeah, no
just good
problem.
luck with your new season. Bye bye.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Bye bye.